Thanks for returning to Teaching Through the Bible as we continue through Numbers, as we are looking now in chapters 22 through 25, and we're going to see what happens when Moab unites with Midianites, and they together try to come up with a plan to defeat Israel. So here, the Moabites are scared. They're terrified. They think Israel's going to be too strong. They can't defeat them. What do? They go find someone to be a prophet to curse the Israelites. And they say, if we can get them cursed, then maybe we can defeat them. And that is Balaam, or as a lot of people pronounce it, Balaam. This guy actually is in another writing, another text that's outside of the Bible. We actually have archaeological evidence of his existence. It's pretty cool. Mentions this guy and how he had it says like the gods came to him at night, and we do see in this narrative actually that the true God, Yahweh, comes to him at night and communicates to him. So that's really interesting confirmation there archaeologically. But when he comes, it's a very interesting way to get him over there, because at first he won't do it. Why is that? He actually acknowledges Yahweh. He doesn't say just God generically. Actually, we see that if you look over at chapter 22, verse 13, after he's been asked to come and curse the Israelites, Balaam says, this is verse 13, so Balaam rose in the morning and said to the princes of Balak, go to your own land, for Yahweh has refused to let me go with you. So he names him specifically. So he seems to have an understanding, some kind of understanding of the true God, of the Israelites' God. Now, the Moabites here, they are, as I said in the last video, I mentioned briefly, they are related to the Israelites. Abraham, who is, you could say maybe the grandfather of the Israelites, because he's the grandfather of Jacob, whose name became Israel, his nephew was Lot. Now, Lot had a son named Moab / grandson, son / grandson. Is awkward. If you want to learn about that, I'll put the link below for that icky situation. But that's another video and I explain what happened there. But yeah, so a descendant of Lot is Moab. So here we have Balaam say, I can't go, because God tells him, you can't curse my people. And so he's told not to go. He says, I'm not going to go. Seems all good, right? But Balak is not happy about that, sends his guys right on back and says, nope, I really want you to go, and I'll give you tons of money. Now, maybe in this encounter, Balaam is still holding fast to what he's supposed to do, but he seems kind of suspicious, because he says, okay, well, let me go check again. You already got your answer. Do you think God's going to give you an opposite answer? This is not, it seems like he's treating Yahweh like a magic 8-ball. You know that you get that ball and you ask it a question and you shake it and it says yes, no, maybe, doubtful, has these different answers. When you're in middle school and you're like, man, will this girl go out with me? No. Yes, awesome. Right? Like, you're just like trying to get the answer you want. Here, this is seems to be what Balak wants, is him to come, and what he wants is to come because he'll get a lot of money, but he's trying to get God to say yes to him. Well, the second time, he does actually say yes, but he says, but only do what I tell you, only say what I tell you to speak. Now, as he goes, he gets on a donkey, and he rides to the location to meet Balak. But what happens there, this is kind of a confusing narrative in that it says in verse 22, so chapter 22, verse 22, God's anger was kindled because he went, or perhaps when he went. So why is that? It doesn't really give details on that. Now, it is very likely, I think, that his heart's not in the right place, right? He's hoping to get paid. He's hoping God will change his mind and maybe he'll end up being able to curse the Israelites. He doesn't seem to have a great understanding of Yahweh and how he is not someone that just changes his mind. He's not someone who lies. And actually, God clarifies that later on in one of the prophecies that Balaam gives. He gets on his donkey, and he goes, and then we have like 3 separate instances where the donkey veers off. The donkey is trying to stop, to not go that way, because the donkey sees the angel of Yahweh. Now, this prophet, who's supposed to be able to see spiritual things, nope, can't see him. But the donkey does, and so he doesn't understand what's going on with the donkey. He doesn't get the picture, like, this is weird, what's going on. He just gets angry at the donkey, because the donkey is disobeying. Gets angry with the donkey and beats it, and straight up says, you know, if I had a sword, I'd kill you right now. Now, I think there's a parallel here, because the angel of Yahweh has a sword. God is angry. It actually, verse 22, we read, it says, but God's anger was kindled, right? And so the same phrase here, verse 27, when the donkey saw the angel of Yahweh, she lay down under Balaam. And Balaam, check this out, Balaam's anger was kindled. And he struck the donkey with his staff. So he is angry. His anger is kindled. He said, if I had a sword, I would kill you right now. God's anger has been kindled. He has a sword. So he could end Balaam right there. So you have this parallel here where in a sort of a way, you have this donkey disobeying Balaam, but you have Balaam disobeying Yahweh. And again, this may just be in his heart that he is trying to, he's hoping for a different outcome. So maybe this is something that's in his heart that is evil, that's how he's rebelling. But either way, so we have this kind of a parallel here of what's going on. But with this picture pointing us to what's going on with God and Balaam. And then the donkey speaks. Now, just to be super clear here, this is not normal. This is not something people read. There's a few times in the Bible an animal speaks, and people act like, oh, that's just something that happened in Bible times. Or, oh, see, that's just, people would just believe that sort of thing. No, this was not normal. This is supposed to make us shocked. This would have made the people at this time shocked. The people in 1400 BC, they would be shocked by an animal speaking. And in fact, if we flip over to 2 Peter 2:16, we get confirmation of how odd this is, how just completely out there. 2 Peter, and actually Jude and Revelation all mention Balaam. They mention him in a very negative light. We'll see why in a little bit later. Not a great guy. So it says, 2 Peter 2:16. Let's actually start in verse 15. Forsaking the right way, they have gone astray. They have followed the way of Balaam, the son of Beor, who loved gain from wrongdoing, but was rebuked for his own transgression. A speechless donkey spoke with human voice and restrained the prophet's madness. So this is a donkey that didn't have a habit of speaking. It's a speechless donkey. It didn't speak with some sort of wonky donkey voice, but with a human voice. So this is a donkey that has basically become prophetic and speaking to him. And that's what he's going to be doing. We're going to see he's going to speak whatever God tells him. He's not going to be able to curse the Israelites. He's only going to be able to, as we'll see, bless them. And so the donkey is like Balaam, and we have this parallel. You have the donkey to Balaam, and you have Balaam to God. And so the donkey speaks, and the donkey is the prophetic one here, and Balaam is just clueless. So here we have that parallel, but we have another way that it kind of parallels a different situation, the situation between Balak and Balaam. Balak is going to bring him, when he gets gets to there, when they meet up, he's going to bring Balaam to 3 different places. He's going to keep moving in 3 different places, and he is going to try to get Balaam to do something, which is curse the Israelites. And Balaam's going to fail to do it. He's not going to do it. And Balak, it's going to say that his anger was kindled as well. So it's kind of like him being in the role of Balaam, and he's not getting what he wants from Balaam, who's kind of like his donkey. But instead, Balaam will speak out, as the donkey spoke out, but will speak out what God says. And we'll see that as we go through these. Thank you for watching that video. I hope that it helped you learn a little bit more about the Bible today. And if you'd like to continue to learn more about the Bible, then we have plenty of other videos on the channel. And if this has been helpful for you, then you can always let me know by subscribing to the channel. And hopefully I'll be able to continue to help you learn even more about God's Word. Thanks.